Hi, this is more for kids that aren't in class. So it would be green students that are absent and blue students who have already had class. So you're doing chapters 10 through 13 today and tomorrow. That's Thursday and Friday. I just want to talk through a couple of things. So I'm looking at the handout right now. And first of all, we start with the same thing. We've got to keep practicing that mnemonic. Please carry sunscreen, blah, blah, blah. And we need to keep practicing what that stands for so that you could automatically call up those words. And then obviously you need to know those definitions, which I sense that the definitions aren't the issue. The issue is being able to call up the words. You have to be able to call up those words so that when you're asked to analyze something, you have this list of things that you could choose from to analyze a story, a poem, a piece of artwork, whatever it is. Okay, so we start with that. And then moving on, again, here is the audio and here is the actual text. The actual text, too, I've added whatever you want to call them, hyperlinks or bookmarks. Technically, they're bookmarks so that you can jump to the correct chapter. And then starting the same way we have been. So this is very straightforward for you, doing the plot summary. So that's just action. And then, but questions 2 and 3 are, I think, potentially extremely difficult. And I really want you to take your time with them because you can't improve if you just sort of blow off things and put down whatever. You need to take the time to think things through and truly evaluate how you're responding. So this first one asks you it gives you statements that are true. So for instance, the chapter 1, which I've done for you, says Kim longs for her father. So each of the following statements is true. Find specific textual evidence to support the statement. So then you need to go into the text and actually find something that supports that statement. So I'm giving you the statement, but you're providing the support. And again, as I said, please take your time with this. Now, this is so important that it is worth 35 points. That's a lot of points for just one little assignment, but I wanted to really value your time and make that not worth your time. All of this is worth your time, but I just really wanted to value your time with this and make you realize that this was not a 10-minute assignment. This will take some time and probably as much as 5 minutes or so per answer. So, and then to make matters, even to take you up one more step, we are also going to be evaluating your ability to correctly punctuate and provide page citation. We've talked about that a little bit in class. We haven't really evaluated it yet, but we will be evaluating that as well. So you can go into the text, obviously, and copy and paste, right? But you need to add the quote marks at the beginning, add the quote marks at the end. If there's a period here or whatever punctuation is here, you're going to get rid of that. Then you're going to put a parentheses, the word page, the number 2, a parentheses, and then a period. Now, we'll be learning a variety of ways to provide, this is called in-text citation. But for now, this is where we are. So this is what I want you to be doing. And then here's the point breakdown so that you can kind of see how those evaluations will add up. Okay. All right, so again, we've given you the statements, and you need to work on what is the textual evidence to support that. I've done Kim with you. I said Kim longs for her father. I had no such memories to cry over. I'd been born 8 months after he died. Worse, he had no memories of me. So that's my textual evidence to support the fact that she just longs for her father. And then I did want to do one quickly with you. There it is. I'm sorry. I lost my track there. It's chapter 6, and the garden is racially and nationally segregated. And that comes from Sam. And I just want you to think about why it's, you might want to find some textual evidence about why it's racially segregated, why it looks like the neighborhood. And then, the other piece of that, and that'll be our next step, is what does that mean? Okay. And then the last part of this is also difficult, but we've already done this once a little bit. We've done it in a different way. But during the last set of chapters, chapters 4 through 9, we looked at symbols. And so now I want you to look at characters. So you're going to make a little chart about what they planted and what the character or their contribution to the garden might represent or symbolize. And again, I've done the first one for you. In this case, you're going through all the chapters. And I apologize, I forgot to mention that for this number two, you're not necessarily doing all the chapters. We skipped some chapters, and that doesn't mean that they're not important. It just means that we've kind of have talked about them a lot. So you aren't necessarily doing every chapter in number 2, but in number 3 you are. So what physically do they contribute? And I'm going to do another one with you really quickly. Sam, the thing that he contributes the most is water. He figures out a way through making this contest and also admitting that kids oftentimes can think of more creative things than adults can. But creating this contest for kids 12 and under to come up with a way to make or to be able to water the garden easily. So, what does that symbolize then? And I'm just going to share with you, I believe that it symbolizes life itself. Because we can't live as humans or as plants either. Nothing can live without water. So it symbolizes life itself. And then to go one step further, so I'm just going to put a little comma here. This isn't really a complete sentence, but that's okay. It symbolizes life itself. And to go one step further, Sam says his job is to smile and, make people feel good about themselves and so forth. And so is the author saying then that being kind is part of giving life, like literally giving life? And I'm sure some of you at some point have read the book, A Child Called It. And obviously Dave, that's the name of the child, overcame, or to the extent that he overcame the tragedies and the trauma of his childhood. But for some people, not having that interaction with humans and the smiling and the happy, some of those kinds of things literally causes them to wither and die. So Sam provides the water. And then I'm saying that I think that also relates to what he sees as his job, which is to smile and be kind. And so then being kind becomes part of giving life to people. So there's another one. So, and that, I don't know how long that took me to talk that through, but again, this is not an easy process. So you're going to need to take your time with it. All right. I hope that helps. As Ms. Brighthop and I always say, we are only an email away, and we just are here to help you and help you take these steps into more critical thinking about reading and writing. We'll see you later. Bye.